decision when I decided to run to not accept political action committee money from special interest groups and to accept Colorado's voluntary spending limit. Neither of my opponents in the primary did that, and I feel that I was being honest to my students, and I feel that I was being honest to my constituents to say, you know, for me, people are always going to be more important than money.
Did it play a role in your getting elected?
I believe it did. I believe it did. I think people are tired of feeling like money is more important than people, and I didn't know how else to address that head on except by making those two choices.
Going back to the issue of jobs for a second, where do you start?
Well, one of the things that we need to be looking at, I was just listening on NPR this morning, not to plug a competitor,
no.
But I
They're
was just,
friends.
oh, good. I was just listening on NPR this morning, and they were talking with a gentleman who has written a book about how infrastructure is a jobs creating. And I mean, we can go back to the Depression, to the WPA, and you know, I'm old enough to remember that history. I wasn't there then, but I learned that history. And I think that one of the things we'll be looking very seriously at this session is how to get money into infrastructure which will create jobs. And so, you know, hiring construction workers to put shovels in their hands to shovel asphalt instead of foundations for buildings, or you know, whichever. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the sort of thing that we need to be looking at.
And I think the issue is obviously their money. We
Clearly.
didn't have the money last year when the economy was better. This year, the economy is deteriorating. It's hard to bond projects. Are you thinking the president-elect is going to help states out?
Well, that's what we're hearing, is that there's going to be some infrastructure dollars going out to the states. I know that Governor Ritter was just in Washington last week, whenever it was, and that was part of the conversation.
So we are expecting news from D.C.
I hope. I mean, I have no inside knowledge on that.
Right.
I'm a freshman. I'm not even elected yet. I mean, I'm not even seated yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like I have any inside knowledge on
Right.
that one. But all I know is what I've read in the paper and heard through the grapevine.
Next week you have to file your first 3 bill titles, I think.
Correct.
Carbon monoxide will be one.
Yes.
Can you tell us what the others are?
I'm also, one of the other things I campaigned on is the fiscal mess in our state constitution and the confusion over the initiative process itself. So I'm going to be working on whatever we can do statutorily to make the initiative process make a little more sense to citizens. So I have a bill dealing with that. I'm also looking at a couple of bills that have been brought to me by constituents, and some things dealing with the with seasonal workers and driver's licenses, just some cleanup stuff that I've been asked to look at by the governor's office.
Kind of seasonal workers and driver's license. It sounds like immigration. It's not immigration.
No, it has nothing to do with immigration. It's about people who come, for instance, during ski season, and the current law says they have to get a driver's license. Anyone in Colorado has to have a driver's license within 90 days, I think. And so for people who work in the ski season, that might be a little bit unnecessary. So maybe look at extending that. We'll see.
And it's an issue for businesses that hire these seasonal workers.
Yeah, yeah, and it has nothing to do with immigrants. It has to do with you know, people who travel seasonally.
Right. Great. Well, what else? Anything else we should focus on from you, Representative Linkhart, or the Democratic Caucus? Are there other things that you're talking about pushing?
Again, you know, jobs, and you know, along with that, we have to be looking at recognizing that, as you pointed out, you know, the economy is in dire straits, and everybody, whether it's the state or individuals, are tightening belts. And so we really want to be looking at efficiency and effectiveness and accountability at the state level, so we get the best bang for the buck, because there's fewer bucks for everybody, the state as well as the citizens. And so we need to be certain that we're spending it wisely.
Okay. Well, congratulations. We look forward to
Thank you.
Seeing you on the floor.
Thanks, and I look forward to working with you.
Thanks. Bye.